listening to Mix Off Air with Duffy Moon, Amber Kaye, Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Laurenz. And now, dumpster diving.
We've been told this is like a dumpster fire. Now we're dumpster diving. I'm Duffy. That's Camper Kyle over there. Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
That's Amber Kaye right there. Hello.
Hello.
That's Kelsey Laurenz over there. Hello.
Hello.
You hear us on Mix 107.5 mornings from 6 to 10. There's a big story that's been buzzing, and I have to come clean.
Wait, did you say hi?
On this story. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I have to come clean on this story, you guys. I had this so wrong, and I didn't catch it until about 5 minutes before we cracked these microphones.
Oh, is that why? I was surprised you were, when I presented this, I was surprised that you went for it and that you were okay with it. So is that why? Because you didn't realize what we were talking about?
Well, yes and no. I'm very well aware of the story.
Uh-huh.
I had one particular fact really, really off.
Did you think it was Halle Berry?
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. So everybody is buzzing.
So did I.
About the fact that they have cast Halle Bailey as Ariel in the live-action Disney Little Mermaid, right? So Disney's doing all the live-action movies. I just saw the trailer for Mulan. It's very cool. It looks really cool, and she looks like a tough broad, man.
Oh, yeah.
In that, yeah. I mean, welcome to 1924. I mean, she looks really tough. And so, and of course, in the Lion King, they've got the trailers out for that. There's all this buzz because they just released the photo of the cast of Lion King, and for some reason, James Earl Jones isn't in the picture. Oh, and, he is Mufasa.
Isn't he dead?
No.
Spoiler!
Oh, no.
I thought he died long ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is that whole scene with Scar, but yes, spoiler. And so, but the other thing everybody's buzzing about is Disney's doing this where they're doing the live action versions of all of their hit princess movies or
they
hit
have
movies.
Been for a while.
Guys, I'm not kidding. As God is my witness, this story broke, like a week ago, where they announced that it's going to be Halle Bailey. And for whatever reason, and I know I'm not alone, my whole thing was not the whole race, she's black and Ariel was white and so on. My whole thing was, good Lord, man, how old is Halle Berry? She's like 50-something.
There's no way she could be Ariel.
Strike me down right now. The whole time I'm like, who cares about black, white? And listen, I think Halle Berry is a very beautiful woman. Oh, she's very pretty.
In mermaid years.
But she's 50-something. And Ariel, isn't she like a teenager in the movie? She's a teenage mermaid in the movie, right? Like late teens, 18, 19.
Old enough to be in love.
Yeah, old enough for consent.
Daddy, I love him.
She's 18.
Halle Berry is only 32.
No, that's
she's
not right.
She's born in 1989.
No, you're thinking of somebody different altogether.
No, Kyle.
Halle Berry's in her 50s. She's got to be. She's got to be
At
early
least
to mid-50s.
Between 48 and 55.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Years active since 89.
Yeah, exactly. She started making movies in 1989. Yeah. Hence my point. She seemed like a really old mermaid to me.
Yeah.
And so that was my whole thing. I'm like, look, I get it. And, and then you start looking at it and you say, okay, well, what are all sides of the equation? And, we live in this politically correct time and all of that. So would it be appropriate to take a movie like, the Princess and the Frog? What's that? The one with Princess Tiana.
Yeah.
Right? And then cast, I don't know, Scarlett Johansson in that.
Mm-hmm.
Would people backlash? Would the same backlash be? Yeah. I would suspect they would. Right? And so, is that a race thing? Or is that just... you're making change just for the sake of making change? I think Disney has done a terrific job over the years. I really do. I think they've done a really good job over the years of being all-inclusive. I mean, when you've got Moana, a Polynesian princess, you've got Tiana, an African-American princess, you've got Mulan, you've got
Jasmine,
Pocahontas. I mean, it goes on and on. I think they've done a really good job.
When they were doing Aladdin here recently, people were having a fit because they were looking at casting people who looked like the cartoon but weren't the actual ethnicity.
Right.
And so there was a big uproar about they need to come from that, ethnicity, and it needs to be pure.
I guess that's a little tougher when you're talking about a mythical creature like a mermaid, because, what is their ethnicity?
Well,
wet? I mean, what is...
Look, the only part I'm bothered at is the no red hair. You know, I kind of think.
Well, they haven't said if there'll be red hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
That's
actually
accurate.
saw a clip, like a video or something, and it had Halle Bailey. Yeah, now you got me all messed
So
up.
can you tell
Halle
me?
Bailey, and she had like this reddish hair, but it was from something else.
Okay. And so, but is she? What else has she done? I feel bad because the whole time I've been thinking Halle Berry. I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't she in that movie Monster? That's weird for her now to do this.
So
but-
she's on Grownish,
Okay.
which is a spinoff of Blackish. It's really fun if you haven't watched it. So her and her sister are on that, and then her and her sister, it's Chloe and Halle is the name of their group. They sing,
Okay.
and they're really good singers, and so that's kind of how they got their start.
And to me, that's probably the most important thing. I mean, because those songs are iconic. And
Yeah, no,
just
she's a good singer.
And if she can sing, I don't necessarily care what her skin tone is. If she can sing, I do think it is a little bit weird, just because it's like change for the sake of change. I think. Well, when Disney has done such a good job of being all inclusive, so
I don't want to get all controversial
Yes,
over
you do.
here.
Yeah, you
but imagine if they were to make Mulan just your run-of-the-mill white girl.
White chick?
Right? There'd be a little bit of backlash,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Which I think would be warranted because, no, it's a, what, Chinese? I don't want to say the right.
wow,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say Chinese.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and that's who the character is, so that's who should probably play the character, which is why what they did with the Mulan trailer, I thought, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're missing the most important point is who is going to play Eric,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
because he needs to be hot.
Yeah, that 100%. I saw this one
Objectifying over
picture.
here.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, I saw this picture of this one person on Twitter, and they were like, "Cast this guy," and he was just not my cup of tea. I was not
Do you
on
watch
it.
Shadowhunters?
I will if there's an Eric in there.
So
I don't care what the plot is.
Shadowhunters is based on the book series by Cassandra Clare.
Oh yeah.
And they have it on, is it on Freeform? I think it's on Freeform, which Grownish
Yes.
is on Freeform, which is
Yeah.
owned by Disney.
Right.
And so Disney is defending their choice because that, and Freeform is. But Shadowhunters, the brother, I can't remember his name, but he would make a good Eric.
I'm more interested who's going to play Sebastian. You know, now if look, if all of a sudden if the little lobster, or is he a lobster or crab?
He's crab.
He's a crab. Little crab all of a sudden is being played by a shrimp. Well, see, then it's just change for the sake of
Not
change.
right.
Sebastian is the fish.
No.
That's
No.
flounder.
No, that's
Oh, that's
flounder.
Come on.
You said that so cocky. You're like, no, listen,
Excuse me.
I know my Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And it's called a fork, not a doohickey. Or
Well, I
of
want
what's-
to know. I want to know if Jason Momoa is going to make an appearance as Aquaman.
just
Yes.
in the middle of nowhere.
He should be Titan.
Yeah, I was saying he could play Titan in it, right? He could play her dad.
Well,
I thought her
but
dad's Poseidon.
he's
watch this movie.
Aquaman though. That wouldn't make sense.
Amber, it's just a movie. He's not actually Aquaman.
You take that back.
Wait a minute, you're saying his feet aren't webbed?
Aquaman is Marvel, right?
No, DC.
DC.
Oh, it is DC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because see, I was like, they could always do a crossover because Disney owns Marvel, but
Yeah.
if he's DC, then they couldn't. So yeah, he could play her dad possibly.
Now you're getting all kinds of crazy here. It's Mix Off Air. So who plays you guys?
And I feel sorry for her sister.
Why?
Because they're in a singing group together. They're on Grownish together, and now all of a
Halle Berry.
sudden, Halle Bailey got cast as this huge role. Where's the poor
Her sister can play the seagull.
I love that guy.
The one with the lip. Right? I just spit all over myself. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, you know when Ursula changes into her to look like her?
Oh, yeah,
the
there you
sister
go.
could play that role,
Yeah.
the evil
Oh,
role.
yeah.
But they're looking at Melissa McCarthy to play Ursula.
Really?
I would love that.
That would be good.
But
yeah.
see, Ursula terrified me as a child. Like she was evil.
Yeah.
Like,
That started my fear of fish.
Ursula
The
did.
tentacles
And
Yeah.
and
her
Ursula,
little
her
eel.
minions.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to get turned into one of those squiggly things with the eyes.
Yeah.
Poor unfortunate
It's all
soul.
I'm having a moment. I'm realizing now why I'm scared of the ocean. It was the Little Mermaid.
Suddenly, this went from dumpster diving to therapy for Amber Kaye.
It's all making
I
sense
want to know
now.
because I want to see if you guys have any kind of self-awareness. in your mind, who plays you in the Disney movie? Who plays the role of Kelsey Laurenz in the Disney adaptation, live-action adaptation of Mixed Mornings, of Mix Off Air? Who plays the live-action version of Camper Kyle and Amber Kaye and Duffy Moon? I think I've got it square. I know exactly who plays me.
Let's hear it.
It's going to be
the guy that plays Paul Blart. Kevin James.
Oh my gosh. I don't see it at all, boss.
Amber, I didn't say we should guess for each other.
Oh,
Amber Kaye.
He's got straight eyes.
I was gonna say,
and his hair's not gray at all.
I was gonna say somewhere mixed between George Clooney
and Kevin James. George Clooney's hair color.
that.
Well, hold on. You do have the salt and pepper thing that George Clooney pulls
Clooney's
out.
hair color, and then the rest
is
Kevin
Jack Black.
James.
Yeah. Jack Black. That's right.
No.
All right. No, or Danny DeVito. One of the two.
No, don't beat yourself up like that. Jack Black's
Danny.
Danny's cool. He's like 80 and
I
he's
just think
4'1".
So you said Jack Black?
Yeah.
It's like weird because right before this, we went on. Kelsey was saying she would marry Jack Black, and now it's awkward.
Well, it wouldn't have been if you didn't bring that up, Amber.
Well, I'm a personality gal.
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
What does that mean?
There is no digging out of this hole. Camper Kyle, who plays you in the Disney live-action version of this show?
Oh, the guy that played Joey on Full House.
Yeah.
Who's Joey from Full House?
Joey from Full... Oh, yeah. Oh, what's his name? Coulier. Dave Coulier.
Joey.
He's kind of old, though, and Camper Kyle's young.
Full
That's
House.
true.
Yeah, Dave Coulier. You kind of have the same vibe.
Okay. So
Did you just have to Google that?
Yes, he did.
I don't watch Full House.
He did. All right, but again, we're not supposed to be guessing for each other, Amber.
You're good at this, though.
Thank you.
Do me.
Kyle, who do you go with?
I think either Matthew McConaughey. Really? Or Owen Wilson. Wow.
Owen Wilson.
Owen
Yeah,
Wilson.
I can see an Owen Wilson.
He's got a little bit of a funny nose, but I can make my nose look funny.
Dude, no. I
give
love both of them.
Give us your
They're
best...
too old, Kyle.
Who?
Well,
Owen Wilson's like in his 40s.
That's not old, Amber.
Okay.
And,
Well, I mean, for Kyle, they're too old to play Kyle.
I'm going to look up young blonde actors. I wonder what...
Please don't use the company computer to look that up. Okay.
Okay, not that... Ooh, not that guy.
Okay, don't say ooh like that either. Kelsey Laurenz, while he's getting all hot and bothered over there, who is it for you?
Oh, I'd probably Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else?
She's in her 50s, you know. I learned that.
But the way that she ages, man,
I know.
nothing. Oh, Zoe Saldana.
When it gets all quiet like that, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I feel like you and Kyle don't know who that is.
I feel like you're right.
I know who that is.
Who is it, Kyle?
She was the girl in...
Yeah, the girl in the thing.
She was the green chick in Guardians.
Yeah,
Gamora.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
She was also the blue girl on Avatar.
Good choice.
And she was she was on Center Stage. I think was one of her first movies.
That's a
She was
solid
even in
choice.
Crossroads.
Yeah. Amber Kaye.
Yep, in Crossroads.
Amber Kaye, you're not getting out
I'm
of this.
going to go with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I like that.
Wait a minute, isn't Ryan Reynolds a guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We learned something new here.
He'd have to grow his hair out and lose about 6 inches off the top, but other than that,
Who do we
No,
think
I have
should
no
play Amber?
idea.
I'm not answering that. Are you nuts?
Kyle, who do you think?
Kyle, did you just say who do you think should play Amber? What are you, stupid? Don't answer that.
No, answer it!
I'm going to look up young blonde female actors.
Oh,
Thank you for saying young. That almost makes up for what you said earlier this morning.
Oh, please.
What'd you say? Oh, please.
Oh, please. How about...
you're
yeah, you know what? I'm going to stay out of this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we'll see. But they've already cast her, and Halle Bailey's, she's it, right? I mean, she's...
She has that face, though. The eyes, like the big, kind of wide set eyes. Like, I could see her playing that kind of naive, innocent character.
I go back to what I said earlier. If she can sing, to me, it's about the songs. And, the song... Look, those movies came out a long time ago, the originals. And I remember with my oldest daughter watching those movies on the couch and things like that, and her singing the songs. And so to me, the music has as much, if not more, sentimental value.
She got started by being a singer.
Yeah.
So.
And so I think that'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I just need to see who Eric is going to be.
Yeah, that's...
That guy from Supernatural.
But I'm thinking of Super Bad, which is a whole different movie.
Supernatural has 2 guys in it.
I've never seen
They're
Super-
brothers.
Hold on.
That
guys.
most teenage girls watch that show for the guys.
Okay.
Hold
and
on.
Kyle threw that.
I don't watch that show. I just know of it.
I binge it, but I don't watch
No.
it. Yeah.
But just that's who you thought of.
My mom thinks I'm Dean. Does anyone know what that means?
You're not Dean.
Who's the other brother? Who's the other brother?
Dean's like the bad boy, isn't he?
Yeah. I have no idea. You're all looking at me. When you say Dean, I think of Dean Kane from the Superman from Smallville.
Is Dean the one that was on Gilmore Girls, or is he the other one?
I never watched Gilmore Girls. Sorry.
Diving in the dumpster. We'll catch you on the radio. Mix 107.5, Mix Mornings, every morning, Monday through Friday. Catch us here on the podcast, Mix Off Air.